already know what time the American Museum in Washington already been trying to get certain exhibits and statues out of these federally funded museums anyway. And so I mean, right there, I mean, what does that say about getting reparations? If they don't want to, if the Trump mind, these new Republican minds, is trying to whitewash, what even happened to black people, how the hell you think you're gonna get some money out this man? And he's cutting off every goddamn thing. So this is about self-sufficiency at this time. It's about self-sufficiency. You ain't getting nothing from these people. It's time to do for self. Marcus Garvey told you, do for self. Start. Everybody want to cry and talk about what they don't want to do. They just want to, they just want to come after the fact, borrow bits and pieces of his program, and they create them a blueprint of their own and put another name on it. But really, these tactics and strategies are 100 some years old. There's been a many black leaders that then came and gave this information and told you the predicament you're gonna be in. But you know how niggas is. They wanna know all that's what's gonna keep them on the plantation. And no matter what nobody tell them, they gonna try to find a reason and a methodology to navigate the plantation. Cause that's what you're doing. That's what you goddamn doing, navigating the plantation. And so, number one, your damn enemy ain't supposed to be funding your history no damn way. Because if you tell the truth on him, he gonna take away the funding any damn way. So why would you think Donald Trump, Black Power, would let you tell on his people? And matter of fact, he's a foreigner anyway. I believe both his grandmother and grandfather. Well, I don't know if they on both sides. I know he's from Germany. You know what I'm saying? I think Donald Trump is a German. So you already know how they think any damn way. They elitist Neanderthals, even amongst Neanderthals. They elitist Neanderthals. And so you ain't gonna get, and you ain't gonna get nothing from him. And so if he closed it down, you know what? It just show you what work black people ain't done, should have been doing. No, you go to the Jewish museum, they're not gonna let you control what they put in their museum. I'll tell you that. They ain't gonna let you control what they put in the Jewish museum. They gonna dictate from beginning to end. That's one thing about them Israelis that people hate them, but they don't let nobody else control their narrative. Whether people agree with them or not, don't mean shit. That ain't what I'm talking about. They control their own narrative, and they'll turn around and look at another European and tell them, fuck them. This is how we roll. You know what I'm saying? They've been over there bombing fucking Gaza and the whole world and said, y'all is heavy handed. You know what they say? We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck what you say. NATO, fucking the UN, United Nations, even America. If push come to shove, they don't give a fuck. Man, I've seen one video where the Israelis told the United States, hey, we'll bomb your ass too. They don't, what? Oh my God. I'm like, these motherfuckers is, when it comes to their narrative, they don't give a flying fuck. So that just show you, man, people have to control their own narrative. That's the point I'm getting at. And I mean, you got so when you ain't gonna, you can give, you can donate, but you ain't controlling shit. You see what I'm saying? They donate to them damn Jewish museums in New York. I know because they got a big museum in New York. I know the government sends money over there. They get something like 100 million. They get something like 100 million a year for that. I don't know if they didn't cut them funds off or not. You see? Say what? He's a draft dodger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But So I mean, if they close the motherfucker down, so damn what? That's how I feel. You know, yes, we need to know about slavery, but again, I don't want no whole goddamn museum full of slavery, no goddamn way. I want to see some ancient Egypt and and things. When you go in there, yeah, America, but America has integrated what it believes is its ancient history into the very fabric of America. When you go to the Capitol building, it's Romanesque. You go to Lincoln Memorial, Greek temple, you go to all that is Greekish, Roman, Greco-Romanesque. You see what I'm saying? All throughout society, every Capitol building you go to, Roman capital. Everything is integrated. So though they got American history, they got all the other history. The ancient history is the central point. Period. So I don't want to hear nothing all about no damn. And that's where most of these museums, where I go to them, I don't want to, I'm not about to, see, all slavery. I want to see slavery now. I want to know what happened. But I want to see all of the, fabrics of our existence. I don't just want to see that. And that's where the other museums is lacking, is that they don't show the most advanced civilizations of black people. And a lot of niggas is running from it, but it don't make no difference because they getting rid of that shit. I mean, they getting rid of all the hit African. If you ain't the one funding it, it's up and slated to be discarded. That's just all it is to it. They about to discard all that. So if they trying to whitewash slavery, you think they're gonna give you reparations? I'm just trying to make this shit make sense. I'm not saying we don't deserve it. But if the man is actually trying to whitewash slavery like it didn't exist, do you think he gonna give you something for something that didn't exist? He's trying to create the narrative that they gave you a job, that they actually advanced you, that's that same narrative. That when we came in contact with you, nigga, you was had a bone in your nose, running through Africa naked, eating people. You was, that's the narrative, that they trying to paint. But they're gonna give you some reparations, right? Man, y'all niggas out there, boy, I tell you, it's a sad state that our peoples is in. It's a sad state that our peoples is in. But you know what? Fuck that. And I'm just gonna be real. And I know, and a lot of people feel, that we should keep it. I'm not saying throw it away. I'm not saying discard the museum. But the fact is, if they funded it, I'll fuck them, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't want no, I don't, why would I don't want y'all connected to something as spiritual as that to me. You know what I'm saying? What happened to our people is a very spiritual thing to me. And I don't want this cracker to be no part of it for real. That should have been something that we funded ourselves from jump. When you start doing the museum thing of your people, that should be something that should be totally funded and controlled by the people. You know what I'm saying? So, you ain't in no predicament like that. Anytime somebody say they could close it down, that shouldn't have been an option that they had. They should have never had no option where they could close down something like that. So that was another slip up. Niggas stay slipping. Niggas stay slipping and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's another slip up, and we should not have. But so for me, if they close, fuck it. That's the way I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Build it up better. You know what I'm saying? Build it up better. That should be the response of black people. But why build great megaliths in a land that don't love you? You know what I'm saying? You building, and we should have something. But why build a great, and we should have something at the same time. So I'm saying, I'm not saying don't build it. But then again, you surrounded. We need to be focusing on, and turn our homes into the temples that we need them to be, and focus more on preserving our wealth and shit into really building up the necessary of fabric of of nationality, the food, the clothing, the shelters, and the houses, the security, building up the schools, building up the mind, and not sending people to school to go work for these Neanderthals, but getting certain, like the Japanese and the Chinese, they sent their people to school to get the knowledge, and once they got the knowledge, they opened up their own universities and started teaching it to their people, and then they became more advanced in it. Y'all niggas want to go to these universities and go work for white people, and that's where you fucking losing at. You see what I'm saying? You need to take that and bring that shit back to your people and build universities, teach it to your people, and take that knowledge and build up. And that's what Booker T. Washington, I believe, in some aspects, skills, and but you have to do it with technology too. Certain skills that our people need to, to establish a nation. Nationality is nationalism, not nationality, nationalism, where you building up everything that is necessary for you to survive without asking another man for shit. Anyway, I appreciate y'all, family. Get with me, Patreon. Click that link right down there in the video description. Get over there. Black Power, appreciate y'all, family. We ain't done today. Click that link down there, Patreon, General Seti, Etsy, One Stop, KingSeti.com. Please get a video a thumbs up and share it. Share it. Drop it on something. You feel what I'm saying? Boom, Black Power.